Hello, 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 welcome. This is the Six Yard Box. Welcome. This is the Premier League. This is the Premier League preview. We're going to be having a look at the final game, final day in the Premier League. It's been it was very interesting yesterday. There was a lot of twists and turns. That's why we love the Premier League. It's one of the best leagues in the world, and he never fails to disappoint. And it came out the right way. What we were expecting is exactly what we saw yesterday on the final day. It was beautiful to watch as well. You expected, something to happen both at the top of the table, at the bottom of the table is where the big surprise was. And let's get into the review of the Premier League games over this weekend. So let's go kickoffs. We had 4 o'clock in all the games, all the teams, all the 22 teams played, or 24 teams. I can't remember how many teams in the league, but it was all action at the Emirates as well. Arsenal, we're still hoping for that top four, hoping for Tottenham. Open for Tottenham to drop points at Norwich, but Arsenal goes into that game against Everton, and they basically gave you everything. They won by 5 goals to 1. Everton already safe, so they had to. I think they rested some players as well. But that was, it was a good way to go out. But Arsenal, they come out, they scored 5 goals. Which most people are saying, even some of their fans are saying, where was this energy a couple of a couple of weeks back, when you needed to beat Tottenham and get that Champions League, Tottenham and Newcastle basically to get that Champions League secured. And most of their fans were saying, the pressure was off, and personally, I just think, Tottenham just got a lot more quality, a lot more. They got better players, experienced players as well, and that will shine through. And I think it's a case of Arsenal trying to get some experience into that team. It's good to have a young team with energy, but you also need to mix that with a little bit of experience as well. So, I think the Arsenal team might be different. Depends on what they do in the summer. The coach, I'm not sure about Arteta. A good coach. He showed that he's a good coach. Yeah, because he's done something, he's doing something right. But is it is it the one? Is it ready for Arsenal now? I'm not sure about that. So Arsenal win 5 goals to 1 at the Emirates. Then we go to Leeds, Brentford. That's the game that I thought Leeds were Brentford were coming into that game they were coming to the game in form as well. I think they've won their last. I don't know how many games they won before coming to the game, but they were in good form. Leeds will keep losing games, and you just think, I thought they were going to lose, to be honest. I thought they were going to lose. I thought they were going down, but the manager Jesse Marsh, he's what do you call it? His attitude, his energy rubs off on the team, and it rubs off on people watching as well. Because I was watching and I was really impressed with him, the way he talks about the game. And good luck to him and well done to him as well. He pulled it off, and that's why that's why you paid the big bucks as managers, and it was believed from the first day. And Leeds pulled it off. They scored a goal in the last minute, although Brentford had somebody sent off. I think it was Canas for making a silly tackle after just getting a yellow card, and he got sent off. And that's all it takes in this game, in this league. A mistake, a bad tackle, and everything changes, and you end up winning games. And Leeds deserve to be in the Premier League. Then we go to Brighton, West Ham. West Ham started this game really well. They scored first in this one, and they needed to win this game to get into the Europa League, but they ended up throwing it all away. Yeah, they ended up throwing it all the way by losing by 3 goals to 1. Burnley, Brighton, I had Brighton to actually, I think I had it as a draw actually, but Brighton, they've just hit the form in the last couple of weeks, and they're playing really well again, like they need to, that they always do. I think they need a striker for that team. They need a striker. That's what they need. West Ham too, they need a striker. They need to build on this team. The team showed they're good. See the consistency in the Europa League as well. They came short, but they're in the Conference League, which is good. If you win that, you're going to the Europa League. And, it's always good to be in Europe. That's what I look at it. You want to play in Europe. I always say the next best thing, if you can't win the league, is to get into those European places. I don't care. It's a cup at the end of the day. I don't care if it's, and when teams complain about the number of games and Thursday, Sunday, that's the price you pay for being successful, isn't it? So don't know why players and fans, even fans, complain about that as well. Fans would be, I don't want to play in the Conference League. At the end of the day, man, that's the price you pay for being successful. And at the end of the day, it's a cup at the end of it. It's a cup at the end of it. Day out in the final, and it's a cup at the end of it as well. So Newcastle, Brighton beating West Ham by 3-1. Then we go on to Burnley. Burnley, this is the one I thought Burnley were going to at least get a draw from this one. They conceded an early goal. Then they conceded another one through Wilson. The penalty was shocking. The guy just handled the ball, the Burnley defender. I don't know what it was doing. I think it was just a rush of blood. And, if you do that in this game, you get punished. There's cameras everywhere, VAR, you can't get away with it. So, Burnley, that was a shock. That's why the Premier League is such an entertaining league. There's always a surprise. Something always happens. And, Newcastle going really well. I bet the fans can't wait for next season. They're playing really well as well. So next season, going to bring in some more players, I guess, and we'll see how it goes with Newcastle. Burnley, they just have to try and come back. They got the parachute money. When you go down, they have to try and come back in the first season. And I think they can do that. If they can keep some of their players, then they should be able to bounce straight back. Then we got Chelsea, Watford. I think they've lost the last 10 or something like that. They're down. They don't even, I think they've just made up their mind that we're in the Premier League, they're in the Championship weeks back. They're on holiday. The Chelsea, Chelsea have been in bad form coming into this game, but they pulled this one off. Chelsea has got a couple of problems as well. They need to find a striker, the Lukaku situation. The new owners coming in, and they need to spend money as well. They're going to be able to spend big. That's another question. So those are all the questions that needs to be answered by Chelsea in the summer. It's going to be a very interesting summer for most of the clubs, especially the top 6 clubs as well. Then we go on to Crystal Palace. Manchester United, they had Ten Hag in their attendance watching the game. And, United just rolled over and, Crystal Palace winning that game. Crystal Palace been playing well under Vieira. It looks like it's a perfect match as well. Vieira, young manager, not so young. He's got a couple of experience, but he's the kind of, he's got the kind of, what do you call it? The kind of criteria. The football they play as well is incredible. It's very good football. And he's got some young players in there. And, Crystal Palace can only look forward to the next season as well. United, on the other hand, loads of work to be done. It's going to be a lot of, what do you call it? A lot of, what do you call that door? The door that opens, I can't remember the name of those doors. The doors those doors that are open both ways that you just push, a lot of ins and outs, those are players coming in, those going out, and they have to do it very cleverly. Some people were saying they need, they got to, for me, the first signing they should get on the table in the building is a CDM. You're gonna get a CDM, Bissouma or somebody like that. That should be the first thing that you can build around that. But the manager is coming in. It's got a lot of work to do. It's a different league, it's a new league, and I think Manchester United need to get rid of it. They had about 8 players not even playing in the squad for that day. Some of them were not even injured as well. So there's a lot of work to be done at Manchester United. I think it's going to take at least 2 seasons before they can, get that balance right. Then we go on to Leicester. Leicester winning 4-1 against Southampton. Southampton have just gone on holiday as well. They've been losing games left, right, and center. Leicester finished very strongly. I never thought it was going to be that big of a result, 4 goals, but they pulled it off. They pulled it off in a big way, and that's a big result for Leicester. Just to finish on a high, and although they finished mid-table, then we have Liverpool. That's the game that everybody was looking at. for to pull up for the title. Liverpool when they go down, they still they couldn't get this the goal. While City on the other hand we are losing to Villa 2-0, and this game showed a sign of a good a champion. City. I was watching the game. Let me talk about this Liverpool game. Liverpool. I didn't watch that one, but I can see. I was looking at the results. I just knew that as long as if City was losing, if City had lost it, we were losing that game. If City had lost that game, I knew Liverpool were going to win. I just had that feeling. Liverpool is Anfield is a very difficult place to go to. You're very lucky to get a win or even to get a draw there. So I just had that feeling that Liverpool, City had to win their game, and I had a feeling that Liverpool were going to win. And Wolves, they had a couple of chances to make it 2-0 as well, but Liverpool always, they get that last minute rush. The fans are shouting for everything, and Liverpool pulled it off by winning 3-1, but it was not enough for them. Wolves, they've had a mixed season as well. I think the strikers have gone missing. I don't think they're scoring goals. They're not winning games by blowing teams away. I think that's what they need to fix. Defensively, they look okay. They have Neves and a couple of players. Will they be there next season? That's going to be another, that's going to be a good story to watch. Then we go on to the Man City and Aston Villa game. It was 3-2. I was watching that game, and the Villa, Villa started like a house on fire. They scored 2. But they were caught in a place whereby do they defend deep or do they continue playing on the counter? And with City, we're exactly the City and Liverpool, they're the same. You gotta play very, very well. You gotta be compact. You gotta defend well. You gotta throw yourself, block shots, and everything. Everything has to be perfect. And City didn't actually. The Villa, once the first one went in from City, City just started probing, and they started making, they started putting balls in, making passes, risky passes, but they were making, they were dictating the pace of the game by putting balls in areas where you think it's a bit dangerous, but it's like you're trying to create something by all means, and it worked out. De Bruyne was the guy that just he was the one that just that you can that shows the character of the team. When there were 2 goals down, he was telling the fans to come on, to keep supporting the team, was urging the team on, and some of the plays he made for those goals. Raheem Sterling with the first cross headed by Gundogan coming to the box. The second one, what a finish from Rodri. I didn't even think he could find the bottom of the corner from that way, that far. He was like, I think 40 yards from the goal or something like that, and he just pinged it into the bottom corner. The keeper couldn't say until late. And then the last one was a finish with the Brenner putting the ball into the far post and Gundogan arriving again to tap him. And, sometimes we create our own luck. The way they played, they were forcing the play. They were putting balls into different areas. They were taking risk. And, they won. And that's the sign of a champion. That's the sign of a champion. The mentality is so strong. And they've done it against West Ham a couple of last weekend as well. And they had well deserved winner. Then we go into my team, Tottenham against Norwich. I was watching that one, and it was a bit of a slow start. Tottenham were playing really well from the offset, though. The attitude, the energy, everything was right. You can tell Tottenham just wanted to put this to bed, and they scored the first goal. To Kulusevski. Bentancur could have scored, but he passed it to Kulusevski, which, both of them have been very good for Tottenham this season. When they came in, I think they've been superb, made a big difference. And then on Tottenham just gone on, Son Kane's goal, Norwich were poor, they gave us another goal, Harry Kane, by mistake from the Norwich keeper, Norwich defenders. And, really looking forward to Tottenham next season to be really, really strong and consistent. I think that's the key now. That's what we're looking for. Get the right signing. Hopefully, level will, back the manager. We got Champions League now. So, everything just looks perfect for Tottenham. Stadium, training ground, world-class manager. And then we're in the Champions League. Looking forward to that next season. so bad. So the final day was very incredible, very, very interesting as well. It was very, very good and entertaining. I don't know why people don't like football. Very entertaining. And everyone is happy. So yeah, that's it. That's the final days preview in the Premier League season 2021-2022. We're gonna have a report card for all the teams, which we'll be doing. That will be coming up soon. Look out for the podcast that will be dropping soon as well, where we'll be looking at the end of the season. I think we might even do the report card on there as well in the podcast. There's going to be a lot of stuff in that podcast. Our very first episode that will be dropping tomorrow on Wednesday. So look out for that one. And we're still thinking if it's going to be live or not. So I think we might just do it live on Wednesday. And then no, we got the Conference League on Wednesday, I think. So might not be able to do the podcast on that day, but just watch out for the podcast. We're going to put reminders out, and so you can go and check it out then. Please subscribe to the channel as well. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate everybody. Thank you to all my subscribers. Really, really, you guys don't know how much I really appreciate you. I really, really do. We need more subscribers. It's a new channel. We're growing. We want to get to 100 by the end of the summer, and that will really, really appreciate, really, really make all of us happy. So thank you very much for watching. This is the football show. This is the Premier League review, having a look at the final day of the season. Thank you very much. Stay safe. God bless. I'll see you next time.